Hey, what's up guys? Harry here, and today I'm going to talk about will Uber and Lyft cover lost wages if you get into an accident? So this is a question that I get from a lot of drivers who've gotten into accidents, right? It's something that we don't really want to think about until it's too late or when it happens. And unfortunately, as a rideshare driver, you are prone to getting into more accidents, right? Based off the amount of time you're on the road, the times you're driving, it gets dangerous, right? And this is something that is probably not going to be my most viral video, but it is super important because there's a lot of money at stake and there's a lot of risk too if you don't know what you're doing. So the reason why it's important for drivers though is because you're independent contractors, right? When you're working for Uber and Lyft, you're 1099, so you don't get a W-2 paycheck. And since you don't get that W-2 paycheck, you don't get any of the additional benefits like workers' comp or injury protection, right? That some other or most other W-2 jobs will give you. Now, there's some cities where Uber is actually piloting a new driver injury protection plan, but for the most part, you are going to be on your own, right? So let's say you get into an accident and you can't work, right? You're totally screwed, right? Well, you can actually get lost wages, but you might need some help to get it. And make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video. I'll explain exactly how. So typically, though, when you get into an accident as an Uber or Lyft driver, one of the things that can really compound the problem is the fact that the way you make your money, right? As a rideshare driver, you make money by driving your car. And if you get into an accident, your car now has to get fixed. You have to wait for the insurance company to check it out, go through that whole claims process, the insurance adjusters, everything. I don't even know what the process is because I hate it so much. And obviously, it's happened to me a couple times, but huge hassle, right? At least 1 to 2, maybe 3, 4 weeks before it's going to get fixed, and you have to wait for the insurance company to actually fix the car. So whether you're injured in an accident or not, you probably won't be able to make money with that car for at least a couple weeks, right? So what can you do? Now, if you're at fault, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot you can do about lost wages in case of an accident, since your insurer and Uber's insurer actually won't cover this. You can try and go find a weekly rental or a weekly lease if you really need that money and go and work as much as you can during those weeks where you don't have your car, but it is going to be tough. Now, if the other person is found at fault, you can actually go after their insurance company, right? Remember, Uber's insurance company or your rideshare insurance most likely won't cover lost wages, but if the other person's at fault, you can actually go after their insurance company for not only lost wages, but also things like a rental car, medical coverage, and sometimes even more. So typically, this process will involve you dealing with the other person's insurance directly, right? You're going to have to show them a history of all your Uber pay statements, right? How much money you were making on average per week and negotiate a settlement with them. Sounds like a lot of work, right? Now, I have heard of a few drivers who have been able to go out there and do this on their own, but there's no playbook for this. There's no manual, right? I'd say 90% of drivers who are in this situation probably aren't getting the full benefits that they're entitled to because, frankly, insurance companies are out to pay you as little as possible, right? They don't want to pay you. They're going to make it a huge hassle. You're going to have to follow up with them. And also, you just might not know how much you're really entitled to because you don't do this on a day-to-day basis, right? We don't get into accidents every week or every month. So it's something that happens once every few years, I hopefully, or not at all. So this is actually where an attorney can come in handy, but you're really going to want someone who specializes in Uber and Lyft accident cases because this is a pretty unique situation. And I mean, there's 2 million Uber drivers on the platform these days, so that means there's a lot of accidents happening, and there's a lot of lawyers starting to realize that, hey, there's this opportunity to not only for them to make money, but also to provide you guys a good service. So most lawyers, if you're looking for a good lawyer, most lawyers should work on contingency, which means it shouldn't cost you anything out of pocket, nothing up front, and you can imagine since this is their specialty, right, they're going to be able to get you more money out of the insurance company than you would be able to do on your own. So I really think in this scenario, when the other person's at fault and you have the potential for a large settlement, it really is in your favor to find a good lawyer who that you can work with, because this is one of those few times where hiring a lawyer could actually cost you almost nothing and help you out big time, right? Let's say they can get you a $30,000 settlement out of the company and they take their 1/3 and $10,000 and leave you with $20,000. It's probably going to be about $20,000 more than you can get on your own, or significantly more than you can get on your own. So this is really a topic that isn't covered much, and it's honestly taken us years to really figure it out because we're emailing back and forth with drivers who this is happening to. And if you're watching this right now and you get into an accident, I really just want to make sure that you're prepared, or if you've gotten into an accident, know that this is an option for you, because you can really potentially turn a negative situation into a positive one. We've got more information on our site, and we've actually found a couple law firms firms that we recommend for drivers that will work with you no matter where you are in the country. And if you do work with a lawyer, you want to make sure you find someone who specializes in Uber Lyft cases and isn't going to charge you anything up front. I'll leave a link below in the show notes. We have a page. It's called Uber Accident Lawyer. And then we also have a lawyer right now in there that we recommend. It's a downtown LA law firm. I know that they've worked with a bunch of companies and they've actually done a little advertising with us. It's another good way to support one of our advertisers. If you guys have any questions, definitely let me know. Leave a comment below. I'll go ahead and respond as quickly as possible. If you guys enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. We release new videos every single Tuesday and Thursday. And if you have any questions that are super important, ask away, and it might even be answered on the YouTube channel. So until next time, take care, guys.